The Tempest unleashes on October 24th, 2025, a Friday baptized in brimstone. The urban sprawl, a snarling hydra of tempest-torn thoroughfares and luminescent lifelines pulsating with clandestine cravings. Gripped in my ironclad fist, precisely $100, a frayed fetish of 20s and a solitary 10, my fun phylactery warding the encroaching entropy. No ethereal extensions, no supplications to the specters of solvency, merely mortal me. A combatant cloaked in weathered leather, assaulting the bastion's gaping gorge. The casino looms as a monolithic monolith from the torrent, its veneer a splintered speculum reflecting fractured fates, belching billows of artificial ecstasy tainted with the pungent pathos of perdition, my heartbeat. A marauder's malediction, resonating the wraiths of myriad mangled mammon. I've extorted enigmas from the excommunicated ex-casino apostates, their essences etched by interminable insomnias. Floor overlords with orbs excavated by the nocturnal nebula's nimbus. Slot shamans bearing the blemishes of midnight machinations, pit patriarchs who've pontificated over the pandemonium of the prostrate, their untold backstories. Veiled vignettes of valor and Vice Mike, the 15-year sentinel who once smuggled a high roller. Hush money through a ventilation vein to evade IRS inquisitors, his loyalty rewarded with a pink slip and a perpetual paranoia. Lisa, the decade-dominating despot, who witnessed a mobster's meltdown mid-million-dollar marker, her silence bought with a briefcase of bloodied bills that still haunts her hideaway. Sarah, the tech thaumaturge whose digits danced with the devil's diodes, once overriding a rigged reel to rescue a ruined retiree, only to face exile in the electric ether. Tom, the managerial mogul whose ledger logged legions of lost legacies, including his own brother's bankruptcy binge that birthed his bitter benevolence. Fortified by their forbidden fables, this transcends trial. It's a visceral voyage, a $100 covenant with the Chaos Core. What wrought wreckage? A whirlwind of wraith-like whispers that were. A seismic $75 boon blasting like a pulsar through my pith, and disclosures so dissecting they could have transfigured me into an impervious imperator from the inaugural incursion. From the sepulchres of Second Sight, I lurched from the labyrinth with lacerated leftovers, yet the screeching, suppose, shades slashed sharper than any arithmetic annihilation, a threnody for the untaught. If your capillaries crave your own plunge into this garish Golgotha, or if unvarnished unveilings from the verge vivify your veiled voyeurisms, fetter thyself herein. Inaugural incitement from the infernal, $100 fettered to fortune. What profane paragon pulls your pike? The fulminating buffalo bedlam, or the sinuous cherry ciphers? Thrust thy troth into the testimonials. Let the dirge of the doom ascend. Now submerge with me into the Styx unravel the recital. Resuscitate the rapture and ravage as the apostates assegize anatomize the apocalypse, alchemizing your imminent incursion into an epic of elemental empire. The portal devours me at the precipice, a luminous abattoir where naivety is necrotized beneath unyielding auroras. Deluge devouring my dermis like denunciatory droplets as I assail a penny buffalo behemoth, that riotous relic of reckless rapture, hissing its heretical hymn, paltry prices. Perpetual pandemonium. I thrust $20 into its innards, 200 sanguine scripts, spring sentient at 10 cents apiece. Cylinders cycling a cyclone of antlered apparitions and tectonic tremors. Premier pummeling. 10 twirls of tormentous teas. Legions of luminous leviathans leaping at the ledgers like Lupin legions lusting for the laceration. Scripts seeping to 150 in a fugue of fruitless ferocity, my respiration a rent requiem amid the advancing anguish. From the firmament, Mike manifests a 15-year bastion behemoth whose untold backstory bleeds betrayal. Once, in the 90s neon nadir, he ferried a fat cat's felony funds through a flue to foil federal foxes, his fealty fractured by a farewell folder and a festering fear of phantom feds forever following. His growl grates like grid on guillotines? Those ingress idols? Nethermost nets, Comrade RTP throttled to 85 to 88% to gorge on the greenhorns. Thy $5 disembowelment in 5 infernal instants? A balletic butchery, Radiant rages roar redemption, but the axioms and adamant atrocity, harvesting the hallway hosts to bankroll the burlesque's boundless bait. The awakening assaults like aqua regia on resolve wardens of the waylay wither the wistful. The hall hobbles these haruspices to finance the facade's fathomless fascination. The mind's martyrdom, a contrived catatonia where ecstasy's enticement eclipses the computation of celestial carnage. My harrowing hegira? Sever the strand at $15, a $5 stigma scorch sempiternal, and hurtle into the maze's murkier meridians. Query thy quintessence, vanquished voyager. Ever enchained to an ingress incubus, domain dissolving dial by dial? To what abysmal altitude did it ascend thee? Unveil the ulcers beneath, let the ululation unburden. Hurtling into the half-light, where umbral umbilicals undulate like undead Urobori, I prowl a cryptal crevice contiguous to the blackjack barrow's fainter firmament, fraught with frayed fighters folded over lambent legacies, cupping concoctions of collapse like goblets from a guillotine genealogy. I annex a 25-cent wheel of fortune, its payout papyrus a prophetic parchment proffered, subtle subterfuge, 8x scatters sculpted in stalwart syntax, spurning the spectral 5x scourge. $1.30 plummets into the pit, 75-cent tempests tearing through every trajectory, the disc a dervish divination of doomsday. 15 throbs of throttled theogony, then theogony tangible. The boon bursts boundless, a stellar stake, the pointer a palpitating poniard of predestination. It pulverizes upon $75 with the wrath of a withering world. My repository royals to $120, an arcane arsoning axons. Phantasmal plaudits propagate like pyroclastic pulses from the periphery, and in that igneous interlude, I am the uncontested Caesar, capillaries coursing with the quintessence of the quasi-quiescent. Lisa looms from the limbo expit potentate, her vision vortexes vortexed from a decade's despotism over the derelict, her untold backstory a tapestry of terror. In a smoke-shrouded showdown, she beheld a mafioso's manic meltdown amid a million-marker maelstrom, her taciturnity traded for a trunk of tainted tender that torments her twilight tenement to this twilight. She snarls the shrine's shadow. Thou saint tap the devotion deluge duct 92 to 95% RTP. Instilled to inflamme the initiate's inferno, sowing spectacles where susurrations swell to squalls. That $75 doomsday? Directed devastation. A lone leviathan lures legions like lost to the blaze, preserving the pavilion's primal palpation. The ode of the occult. These progressives as this rapacious riptide ravage the rudimentary rhythm to balloon their Brobdingnagian boons, making thy miracle a momentary moratorium from the RNG's remorseless rhapsody. The incantation's inquisition. The orb's opiatic orbit overtakes the ontology, transubstantiating turmoil into transcendence. Indissoluble imperative. Probe payout parchments as war-torn tomes. Duplicate discs dawdle with 5% necrotic nuance. Catastrophic cipher. 5x scatters for a meager miasma of moderation, or 8x for boon bedlam? A. 5x for the coward's creep. B. 8x for the cataclysm's crescendo? Pledge thy prescience in the proclamation's prophecy proliferates presently. The Holocaust hijacks me holistically, victory's venom vaulting through vascular veils like lambent lava. I escalate to a $1 video poker enclave edging the elixir emporium. Jacks or better, exalted with an exhaustive edict. 9/6 gospel, 9 guineas for full house fury, 6 for flush fiasco. $1.40 flares the fray, elemental edicts my escutcheon. Seize the supreme sigils, spurn the spurious. Archaic acquisition. Dual duos descend. Stronghold surges to $65. A bestial bray against the beckoning blackness. Then ... The Gulf gnashes, gluttonous. A bestial blankness, 20 measures of machine malevolence, plunging to $20. The facade a fiendish flagellant, flouting each forsaken fling. The chronicle careens into chaos's crucible. The progressive paragon megabucks, its $1.2 million miter manifesting like a tabernacle, bloated beyond basal birthright. Seductress sublime, it serenades with the siren of avaricious annihilation. Entranced, I eject $10 in utmost umbrage, the supreme spoils sanguine stipulation. No end times, as entropy entails simply a sneering $15 subsidiary subsidy, a speck in the slaughter. Bastion buckles at $105, the thrill transmogrifying to toxins of torment. Tom tolls from the tabernacle ex-autarch arbiter, his archive an atlas of annihilated affluences, encompassing his kin's cataclysmic collapse that catalyzed his caustic compassion, thundering the treachery. Progressives? Hematic horrors base RTP butchered to 85% to bloat the boundless. Besiege but at triple the tune tally. Thine tangoed on efficacious eventualities eviscerated extremity. The maze's mutilation, FOMO's finale. Casinos canonize these cyclopes in the cauldron's core to kindle covetousness's conflagration. My mea culpa? Meet a $10 lotto laceration lid per lurid leviathan. The depletion's doom. Utmost ucases upsurge the uproar's ubiquity. A lone leviathan lash levels legacies. Apostate assertion, $10 ejected into an inflated idol's innards, or insulate the impregnable inlet? Pronounce thy perdition in proclamations. Epilogue erupts in scarlet sunset. Reprise with Buffalo's brutish blare. $50 shades my swan song squadron. Sacraments sworn in $20 sanctuaries. One invade the high-limit horizons, 94% murmurs of mutinous might. Purposeful pillages procure $30 in piecemeal prizes. I rupture the recess at $80 amalgam, $20 annihilated, yet 90 minutes of primeval paroxysm, $8 in brotherhood baubles begot. The heretic's hymn howls. Foul weathered the whirlwind with visionary vigils and vigilante vespers, the wraiths warble. The unenlightened evaporate $100 in 30 minutes manitic madness, hounding hallucinatory heats. Thine? Symphonic slaughter. The pandemonium's peon. Casinos cannibalize the capsizing, the psyche's schism where spleen subverts sagacity. Bereft of budgetary battlements, that $75 holocaust would have hushed to haze. Extirpate 2 enigmas from my extinction. Enigma 1. Ascension's avalanche abide the Armageddon's afterglow. Fabrication RNG's relentless resurrection. My boom-blasted barrenness was astral amends appendage. Enigma 2. Bets blunt the barb if bids breathe low. Fraud penny plagues pilfer paramount. My quarter quintessence quadrupled the queendom's quana. Tabulate the tally of turmoil, embarked with $100 empery. Eminences, $75 wheel whirlwind, plus $15 progressive phantasm, $30 trailing buffalo tumult. Eclipses, $5 precipice purge, $20 poker perdition, $20 penny pyre, $10 trail tempests. Tally, $20, yet the veritable vein? Apatheotic anthems etched in endovascular ecstasy, regrets revenant rigorously raised. Heretics honey, harness their hexes and hunt 92% plus havens. Archer seance sentinels, Bible beckon boundless, and thou'st triumph $10 treasure in transcendental tribute. Thy $100 apocalypse aphorism. Anoint the assets as epical eulogy, $20 cantos compulsory. Infiltrate insular isles over liminal layers. Unfurl folios for 8x plus omens, video poker for virtuoso vortices. Tether titans to $10 tempests. Exodus at 20% extinction, or 50% epiphany. Adjure the Bible at all arousal's arcane abundances await. What racked thy realm? The Lyman's ledger domain, or Titan's toxic taint, and thy $100 epic ethos. Fling it into the fissure below. If my mayhem mustered thy metal's mutiny cataclysmic like, pledge subscribe for further furies into the furnace. Propel to thy platoon poltergeist. Brawl brilliantly, hunt the heartbeat not the hull. Farewell to the forums, may thy $100 birth ballads boundless,